Yo, what is going on, guys? Michael here from MP Fitness. Thank you for checking out the newest video to the channel today. Telling you guys my top 4 tips on how my training has changed from the beginning when I first started to where I am now. There's some big changes, and I'm going to break down 4 principles that I really tried to follow and how I changed them over the course of time. And right now we're talking about 10 years. So when I started training, I was like 23. I was a retired pro cyclist, weighing like 140 pounds, got into the gym. Now 32. Went from 140 pounds, now we're up to about 210 right now. So I'm gonna tell you guys how my training has changed and how I've adapted certain principles to how to see where I've gotten today. So let's go ahead and get into that video right now. So number 1, it's consistency in the gym, consistency with eating. Those are the 2 biggest things for me when it comes to the consistency part of it. When I first started training, I was in the gym, but I would train a couple days here and then take a couple days off. Train a couple days here, take a couple days off. I'd eat clean for a few days and then I'd eat dirty for a few days. And it was just this cycle where I was gaining a little bit, but not a whole lot. And in my mind, when I saw myself, I thought I was a lot bigger than I actually was. Like I said, I was like 140. When I went up to like 150, I thought I was just like huge mass monster. And that just was not the case by any means. And my consistency and how it's changed in the fact that I would play a lot of basketball. When I was racing, I couldn't really do a lot of extracurriculars like basketball, whatever else. I love playing ball. So when I stopped that, I was training, strength training, but I was playing a lot of basketball as well. So it was keeping me from gaining a lot of size just because I was still burning a ton of calories. I know, yeah, I get it. You can play basketball, gain muscle, you can do it both at the same time. And I was doing it, but it was incredibly slow because, once again, I'm a hard gainer, had a very fast metabolism, still do, and it requires me to eat a lot of calories and a lot of protein, a lot of carbs, a lot of fat to actually put on any size. So when I'm strength training, doing that for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then going to play 3 or 4 hours of basketball, I'm gonna burn a lot of calories doing that. And I wasn't really putting a focus on me trying to actually get bigger. It was more of just me trying to just have fun, gain a little bit of size. Now, solely is what I do is strictly bodybuilding. It's kind of, I mean, it's what I do. I train clients, I own my own personal training company, I do all these supplement reviews, fitness tip reviews, whatever it is. And for me, I know I want to look a certain way, I have to eat a certain way, I gotta have a certain amount of size to me. So for me, the focus now is consistently working out 5-6 days a week, taking time when I need to, but really focusing on being consistent in the gym as well as the nutrition. And people say it all the time, it's boring how I eat, but it is what it is. I'm eating consistently to gain size. So right there's tip number 1. Number 2 on the list, we got the structure of my workouts, how those have changed. Man, I felt like I was trying anything and everything when I first started powerlifting, doing a ton of volume, doing a ton of core, doing a ton of arms, and I wasn't really getting the results I wanted just because I was going from this to that, to this, to that, to this, to that within a couple of weeks. It wasn't really allowing my body to adapt to the structure, to the program. I wasn't adding weights. I wasn't progressively overloading. I wasn't doing certain things that I knew I have to do. Now I realize that. Then I was just doing stuff just for the sake of doing stuff. And you can't really do that. You have to have a certain amount of structure to it. What is the goal for the next 12 weeks? I'm gonna focus on that. When you get to the end of there, what's the goal for the next 12 weeks? Focus on that, do that, check that off. What's the goal for the next 12 weeks? Do that, focus on that, do that, get it done, move on. Structure is such a huge part of it just because it gives you an amount of accountability. It gives you structure to actually hit specific goals. You're not gonna hit all your goals at once. You have to break them down into little boxes. And for me, that 8 to 12 weeks is the perfect amount of time to actually do a workout program, see where you made your most gains at, go to the next one, where do I wanna make the most gains at for that specific training block, and then you keep going back and forth. And in the time, over 5 or 6 years, if you cycle through, you're gonna see the changes. You're gonna be adding weight, the movements are gonna be changing, this and that. Structure is such such a huge key, and you can't just go to the gym just for the sake of going to the gym just to lift weights. I see it all the time. Clients message me, hey, I go to Planet Fitness and I just do every machine that they have there 3 days a week. And I'm like, that's cute. Burning a lot of calories, you're not gonna get anything out of it. That is what it is. You know, when you're with me, when we train together, we have a specific goal, we have a specific structure that we have to follow, that we're going to follow. So structure was such a huge part of me actually getting to where I am now. Now when I stick to it, it actually works. So, all right, number 3 we got, it's gonna be nutrition. I touched on a little bit at the beginning, consistency, but now it's actually, all right, what was my eating like then versus now? Then it was eating just to get big. And when I say eating, I'm talking, yeah, going to Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, fast food, a couple days a week. Yes, I was gaining weight. I wasn't necessarily the wrong weight. I was still kind of skinny, but I wasn't adding any size. Now, man, my nutrition is so on point. Something I'm super proud of is the fact that I do eat and I meet all of my requirements almost every day. Yes, there's a couple of days where it doesn't happen, whatever reason, but for the most part, man, I am so structured with my nutrition, from breakfast to my post-workout snack to my pre-workout snack when I'm eating before the workout, my meals throughout the day. Everything is structured for me to hit certain macro and micronutrients, which is going to allow you to make that jump from 130, 140 pounds, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200 pounds. It allows you to make that jump because you're fueling your body properly. I say it all the time to my clients. Your body's like a Ferrari. You cannot feed it cheap gasoline. If you put in cheap gas, you're gonna get cheap results at the end of it. You have to eat properly. I always stick to that 80-20 rule, 80% clean, 20% dirty. Go there, figure out exactly what you have to eat, stick to it. It's gonna get boring. People tell me I eat boring all the time. My wife and her family and my family, I eat boring. Yeah, it is what it is, but I look a certain way and other people don't. So, you know, it is what it is. So, nutrition is going to be the biggest component that I have changed over the years with actually getting my fitness, my physique to where it is right now. So, all right, last one right here, number 4, we got, it's the mind-body connection during the gym for each movement, for each rep, for each set. It's moving with a purpose. It's not just benching for the sake of benching or deadlifting for the sake of deadlifting or doing lap pull downs for the sake of doing lap pull downs. It's actually feeling the muscles actually connect with the movement. You're actually, proper form, proper amount of intensity, the volume, all of it is perfect. For every rep, for bench, you feel your chest inflating each time. Lat pull downs, you're feeling the lats stretch and squeezing in that concentric part of it. It's not just moving weight for the sake of moving weight. You actually have to have purpose for each rep. If it's not, then what's the point of actually doing the movement if you're not actually activating the proper muscles? I remember it all the time, man. Everybody does it when they first get to the gym. They ego lift. They try to lift as much weight as many times as possible. Look how I look then versus look how I look now. Yes, the weight did increase as it's supposed to, but the ranges of motion are gonna be a little bit different, right? I feel like beginners all the time, they love extremes. All the way back here, all the way over here, all the way back here, all the way over here. They live on the extremes. That's not a way to actually bodybuild and build muscle. It's the time under tension. It's properly getting blood flow to the muscles. It's not just, like I said, moving weight for the sake of moving weight. That's just stupid. If you're gonna do that, then go ahead. But they don't care how much you lift. They care what you look like, right? Doesn't matter if I bench 225 or if I bench 405, right? As long as you look good, you feel good, and it's gonna keep you a lot healthier. Keep you from getting injured, not take time off from doing stupid things in the gym, right? So keep your egos at the door. When you get into the gym, have a specific focus. Focus on each rep, each set, and build from there. So those are the 4 changes that I have made from the beginning when I first started to now, almost 10 years of actually being in the gym. I appreciate you guys checking out this video and the channel. Subscribe, hit that bell, get notified. I appreciate all the support, guys, and catch you guys next time.